What's going on, everybody? This is Marco Leano coming to you for video number 19 of the JDOC series. And right now I'm out here actually in the wilderness. I don't know why I decided to be out in the wilderness, but I was driving by and I decided to stop here and thought it was a good idea to make this a location for today's video. I'm currently at Lake Hodges. If you guys can see, it's currently closed. And not gonna go over there, but I just wanted to get over here and make another video. And today's topic that I really want to share with you guys is being the hero of your own story. And I'm only saying this because of the fact that the only reason why I've gotten to the point that I've gotten health-wise is because I decided to create my own hero, create my own avatar in a way. Like if you go to play a video game, you can decide to make your own character. You can have a certain skill set. You can have a certain look to that character. You can have a certain special power or ability. And you really get to customize it and make it your own. What I decided to do that except for my life. And the way I did that was I created an identity of who I wanted to be and what kind of person and what kind of attributes, that person had. So for me, my identity for my health was being Batman in a Ferrari. And I even have the keychain, or the lanyard for Batman to remind me. And there was a couple of reasons. I don't know why I said this, but I was going through a breakthrough session with my good friend Arjel to really help me get my health in check for a second time, because I let it go out of control. And I sat down with Arjel and we came up with a new identity that we had constructed that would be an empowering identity that would keep me moving forward in my journey. And actually that's when I decided to go vegan and eat no meat, no fish, no dairy, no eggs, eat completely plant-based, was because of the fact that I made this decision. And it was a totally radical decision. I absolutely, I know that I made that decision. It was a big shift, and not many people may be able to make this shift. But the results that I've gotten is usually has to do with cutting something off completely and going to the extreme of it. So I decided to have my new picture or new identity in my head as me being Batman in a Ferrari. And here's what that meant for me. Batman, I remember when I was going through other stuff back in 2014 that I've talked in other videos, when you were literally broken down emotionally, physically, spiritually, in all different ways. You're broken down. I remembered that scene from The Dark Knight when Bane totally destroys Batman. Bane tells Batman, "You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it." And Bane had an upper hand. That was his identity. He was part of the dark. And Batman wasn't ready for that. He hadn't trained hard enough to be Bane. So when he was completely broken and put in the prison, he was broken to pieces. Couldn't walk, couldn't move, and he could have easily been demoralized and said, "No, I'm done with this whole Batman thing." But guess what he did? He decided to start step by step, little by little, learning how to walk again. As simple as that may seem, he had to learn how to walk again. Then he just started to maybe doing some push-ups, some sit-ups, and started to work on his physique, because the biggest goal that he had while he was there was to get out of that giant hole. And nobody has been able to do it except one person, and it was a kid. But he was determined. He said, "I have to fight Bane. I have to go defeat him." And that was such a powerful driver that he said, "You know what? I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there." He worked day and night, and he was trained to get himself out of that hole. And if you guys remember, if you've watched the Dark Knight before, when he's going to go to make that long distance jump, the other times he's tried, when he had the rope on, when he had the safety net, is when he had failed, because he knew he had something to fall back on. He knew that he could survive if he had failed. But when he won, when he escaped, when he accomplished that goal, is when he said, I'm going to leave this behind. I don't need the rope because I'm going to make it. Now, that's the extreme that I'm talking about. The extremeness of cutting something off is because you have the faith to be able to move forward in where you're going. So Batman, he says, I'm going to make it. He jumps and then he makes it. And then he goes out and he's a new person, a new identity. And from the ashes that he was broken or burned down, he rose like a phoenix. He was stronger and more powerful than ever before because Bane gave him a gift. He gave him a gift of starting from the very bottom and learning the very basic fundamentals, even learning how to walk. He had to learn everything over again, and it was a much more powerful driving force that got him and compelled him to get out of there. And that's what I saw for my life. I saw that I wasn't where I wanted to be and things were going wrong. I was broken down mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, all different types of ways. And I imagined me going through that story. Me going through and being Batman and rising out of that hole and going and defeating the evil or the darkness or the villain. And whatever that is for you, that is going to determine how hard you're going to decide to train, how far you're going to decide to go to get it done. For me, I'm here to fight the war on negativity. You know, with everything crazy going on in the world, we don't need more negativity. We need soldiers that are going to fight for the positivity. And that's what's really driving me even to make these videos, is because I want to give people a new perspective to be able to change their minds. People say, Marco, you're one of the most positive people I know. Whenever you walk into a room and they ask you, how are you doing? I said, I'm great. I'm awesome. I'm amazing. But it's it's a response that I triggered every single time. I used to say, I'm all right. I've been better. But now I've trained my brain, just like Batman trained his body. I've trained my brain to have the response of I'm doing great, I'm doing awesome. Because guess what? The more you speak it, the more you say it, the more you're going to embody it. The more you embody it, becomes part of your neurology. And that's just who you are. So me being able to do that has helped me in so many different ways, because now I can see the light or the positivity in seemingly the what may seem like the worst situations. Now there are, some exceptions to that rule, like anything, but overall I see the positive more than I see the negative, and it's a trained response. Because before, I would see what is wrong with everyone, what's wrong with everything, what's wrong with the world. And you're asking the wrong question if you're asking that, because what you seek, you shall find. So if you look for the negativity, you will find it. But if you look for the positivity, if you look for the lesson in everything, you will find it. You just have to train your brain, train your mind to be able to look for it. And the more you train it, the faster you'll be able to do it. So that's why I decided to have Batman as my hero, and the Ferrari. Now here's the Ferrari. Why I chose a Ferrari? I like a Ferrari. I'm going to get a Ferrari, a white one, black rims. It's going to look very clean. And the Ferrari I chose because I saw my body. So Batman was more of the mind, and then the psychology of a hero and what he has to go through to accomplish great things. Now the body is your vehicle to get you from point A to point B. If you're looking to do something grandiose and do something huge, your body better be in shape to be able to go long hours and accomplish the things that you want to do. So I said, you know what? If I want to go the distance, I want to change the world, I want to be a thought leader and help millions of people around the world, I have to be in my best shape, not just because I want to look good, but because I want to feel good and I can perform at a higher level. So I saw the Ferrari as my body because it is a vehicle to take me to where I want to go. And you only get one of them. You can't buy a new body. You can't, as of right now, you can't buy a new body. You can't, fix it to be exactly how it used to be. Like if you break a bone, it'll be a little bit more debilitated in your body, the insides. If you eat clean foods, you'll get more results. So I decided to go vegan. And that was my personal choice. It was to have the highest quality foods, go through my body and not be bogged down by any of the other foods that are going to slow me down. And I lost the weight. I feel great. Lately, I've been working out and I feel so much better. I'm lifting more. I'm even when it comes to running, I feel great. And that is the story that I created behind the champion, or behind the hero that I wanted to be like, or who I embodied myself to be. So what I encourage everybody that's watching this video here today is to create your own hero. Like if you were playing a video game and you wanted to have the strongest character so you could win the game, imagine you being that character that's going to win in the game of life. So, to end off today's video, my lesson that I learned that I want to share with everybody here: create that story in your mind of the result that you want, where you want to go, and how you want to get there. Create that story. It could be something that's already been created, like Batman, or you can create a totally new story. But create that story, because we remember stories more often than we remember lectures or remember information. So thank you so much, guys, for watching today's video. I appreciate each and every one of you that are watching this video here today and any of my other videos. And if you like it, go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe right now to stay up to date with all the videos that I post. I'm on a journey to upload 365 videos by September of next year. So stay tuned. Love you guys. This is Marco Leano signing off of today's JDOC, and I'll see you guys on the next video.